not knowing Genesis 25 or Deuteronomy 28. So that's what I meant by that. That's what a lot of these Christians do, man.
Good Lord bless y'all.
Yes, sir. You too, brother.
That's you.
You guys chosen people in Israelite.
All right.
Hey, can we get your Bible verse before you go?
What is?
Can we get your Bible verse?
Oh.
Yeah, he got one for you.
I'll read a Bible verse to you.
Oh,
yes,
yes. Go ahead.
All right, give me give me Isaiah chapter 26, verse 3.
I salam you, man.
You said what, brother?
I salam you, my brother.
You said you shalom us?
Yeah, no, I'm not salam. I salam you, the blessing of the Lord.
Yes, sir.
That's what it is, blessing of the Lord.
Yes, sir. We shalom you too, brother.
Well, thank you.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 26 and verse 3.
Bring it out.
Thou wilt keep him in perfect peace.
You listening, brother?
Yeah, Lord.
What
He will. Keep him in perfect peace.
Yes, sir. What's your name?
My name is Joseph.
Brother Joseph. Thou will what?
Joseph.
Thou wilt keep him in perfect peace,
Yes, Lord.
whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusteth in thee.
Right.
Yes, Lord.
So trust in the Lord unto the end, brother.
Yes, it is.
And you are an Israelite.
Yes.
You're God's chosen people.
That's right.
And your people are God's chosen.
Yes.
Black people, Hispanic, and Native Americans are Israelites.
Yes, Lord. Let me tell you something. Faith is all you need. 1 ounce of faith. God will answer all things for you.
Yes,
Not
sir.
some, all. If you ask and believe it, you shall receive it. This is God willing.
That's right. Hey, brother man,
I gotta go.
can I ask you a question? You listen to gospel music? Okay, so you love God?
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question.
Hey, you stand right here, right here with me, brother.
What did God call your race in the Bible? You said what, brother?
I couldn't even tell you, man.
Would you like to know?
You went tell me. I'm just going through so much stuff, man.
All right. Now we're gonna show you who you are in the Bible, brother. All right. You would say Hebrew. All right. Give me Judges chapter 2 verse 7. Can you turn that down for me a little bit?
This is the book of Judges, chapter 2 and verse 11. And the children of Israel.
The who?
The children of Israel.
The children of Israel. You ever heard of that name? The children of Israel are who? Those guys what? The children of Israel are guys what? Yeah, Moses, prophets, things of that nature. But that's God's chosen race of people. God loves this race more than anybody else. So the children of Israel did what?
Did evil in the sight of the Lord.
So they did evil in the sight of God, and God being a good, righteous judge, what did God do to them? Verse 14.
Verse 14. And the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel, and he delivered them into the hands of spoilers that spoiled them, and he sold them into the hands of their enemies.
So God sold his chosen people and gave them to other races of people because they weren't obedient. And that's talking about your race. So now we understand that you got to come back to God and keep the commandments so that we can be in the grace of the Most High. Does that make sense? So, brother, you will be an Israelite.
That's right.
God's chosen people. And all of the things that you're going through, brother, is just a test of trial of your faith.
Right.
But you know that Hebrew, that's hard. That's like hard in school. I got about 10, I learned about a good 10, 12 letters. It's so hard. You gotta really.
Well, you got to throw away modern Hebrew and get into Paleo Hebrew.
You gotta write that stuff down like ABCs and religion for like 10 years.
No, you don't, brother. No, you don't. You got. What I said was you have to throw away modern Hebrew.
That's right.
That Yiddish, that's
right.
white man's. That's white man's language. You got to get into the Paleo
Hebrew.
The Lashon Kodash, brother. Right? You got to get into this right here. Right? You got to get into these Paleo Hebrews, bro.
Right.
Or you got to get into the Most High Yahweh and His only begotten Son Yahweh Shah.
22 characters.
All those different Hebrews is because we was in different slavery, captivity.
I'm talking about the main Hebrew.
You're not listening.
Okay.
He already told you Paleo Hebrew is the main Hebrew.
Right.
But when we went into different captivities, we had to mess around with these other languages with the Hebrew.
Yeah, we got books, brother. We can show you, brother.
Yeah, we can show you the 22 characters. We can get into all of that, brother. But the foundation that you need to have is having an identity, knowing who you are.
That's first.
And then washing yourself, purifying yourself from iniquity and sin and lies and all manner of things that was given to us in the lower state. And then you can become and walk like a king, walk like a prince on the earth.
Yeah, I just try to make sure they rebuild my neighborhood and make it look good.
Yeah, you want to rebuild your neighborhood, but guess what? Your internal neighborhood is important, brother. Your soul, your spirit.
That's right.
Knowing the name of God. Knowing what tribe you from. What tribe you from, brother? Well, do you want to know? Huh? Is your father a so-called black man, or is he a Native American? He a black man? What tribe is the black man in the Bible? No, the Hebrew's a language, brother. They're Israelites, but what tribe is the Negro man in the Bible? We're going to show you. Give me Jeremiah 14.
Jeremiah chapter 14 and verse 2.
Where we reading from right now, brother? Where we reading from right now? Nah, call it again.
The book of Jeremiah chapter 14 and verse 2.
Bring it
Check
out.
out what Jeremiah said, brother. Read that.
Judah mourning.
Who?
Judah mourning.
Who?
Judah mourning.
You heard that? What did it say? Judah's in mourning. Then you say you're going through a lot right now, brother? You're in mourning right now. You're in a lower state. Sad, oppressed, depressed. Judah's in mourning. Read on.
And the gates thereof languish.
Read on.
They are black.
Who is he?
They are black.
What is he?
They are black.
So, brother, you from the tribe of Judah, brother. Most likely. You heard? What tribe you from?
Judah.
You from the tribe of Judah. You're an Israelite from the tribe of Judah.
Yeah, how would them?
They got to wake up in the last days and be a strong, mighty man. A strong lion.
Right,
Not a crouching lion,
right,
Yeah.
but a strong lion standing up, brother.
right,
Stand up with your shoulders high,
right.
right? With a shining face.
That's right.
With a high spirit, brother. Knowing who you are, speaking with authority, speaking with might, walking with principle and moral and value,
Right,
knowing that your people are the lost sheep, so that you can help your people, brother. So you're an Israelite from the tribe of Judah, brother.
that's right.
Let me hear you say it, brother. What tribe are you from?
Land of Judah.
That's right.
Land of Judah, brother. The house of Judah, right? That's right, brother. Bring it up.
The book of 1 Samuel chapter 2 and verse 6.
All right, listen to this.
The Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave.
The Lord brings down to the grave. He'll bring you down low and suffering. Read on.
And bringeth up.
And what?
And
Bring
bringeth
it
up.
So the Lord is trying to bring his people up, brother.
That's right.
And you have to be an instrument of that. You have to put your hand to the plow and bring your people up with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding.
Right.
Read.
The Lord maketh poor
The Lord maketh poor.
and maketh rich.
The Lord made black people poor, and guess what? The day is coming when we're going to be rich.
That's right.
I'm talking about an abundance of wealth. All manner of gold, all manner of silver, all manner of land, unexplored land we're going to own, all manner of futuristic technology, jets, chariots.
Right.
Read on.
And he bringeth low and lifteth up. He raiseth up the poor out of the dust.
Read.
And lifteth up the beggar from the
The
dunghill.
Lord will lift up the beggar from the dunghill. Read.
To set them among princes.
What is the Lord trying to do to this brother?
To set them among princes.
So, brother, if you believe in the Lord can set you among princes.
That's right.
You can be sitting alongside King David,
Right.
sitting alongside of John the Revelator, sitting alongside of Isaiah the prophet,
Right.
sitting alongside Enoch, sitting alongside of the Messiah, brother.
Yeah.
Right? That's what's coming to you and your people, brother. Read on.
And to make them inherit the throne of glory.
So the Lord is going to destroy white people and make you the throne of glory.
Right.
How you feel about that?
I think, man, if all people work together, man.
Well, guess what? There's never been a time in history where all people work together.
Yeah, I mean, that's back then, but now.
Now what, brother? White people work with you?
I mean, that's who, like my neighborhood, man, they come out there, they help put the gardens out there, they help with the building the nice houses and stuff out there and stuff. It look pretty nice.
Okay, now let me ask you a question. This landmass, who does it belong to originally? It belongs to you, brother.
That's right.
How long did your forefathers pick cotton?
I don't know, man.
Have you ever received a discount on all cotton T-shirts?
Nah.
You never did.
I went to Falcon and seen a little cotton field, picked up a little piece of cotton. I said, dang, but they still got cotton field.
Well, yeah, brother, they still got cotton fields. There's still cotton T-shirts.
Yeah, I ain't know that. I thought they just had other crops.
Well, guess what, brother? You gotta wake up.
Right.
And the point of the matter is this: God's gonna take what they stole from you and give it back to you, brother.
Right.
That's the whole point of this whole
That's
thing.
right.
Give me John chapter 11, 12. I mean, not John, but Matthew.
Watermelons and stuff like that. Good books, man. I got that Greek over there too.
Yeah, we got all the brother. We got
Elaham and stuff like that.
bro, brother. We got the Bible, brother. The King James, 1611.
Right.
King James version.
Yep.
I ain't
King
never read
James.
it. I read the International, the Standard version.
You read King James first, and then you can read any other after that.
Yeah.
Because the King James version gonna tell you the truth, brother.
That's
That's
right.
right.
Right?
That's why they created those other Bibles. They throw you
word.
off.
Tillman and them do.
Yeah. Hold that. Give me Acts chapter 13 and verse 1. Let me show you what they call your people in slavery in the Bible.
But Acts chapter 13 and verse 1.
What do you think they called your people in slavery in the Bible? What they call them? You said Negro? You think that's in the Bible?
No, it ain't in the Bible.
All right,
but
read
I-
that, read that.
But
I'm
listen,
talking about in my
no,
time.
listen,
Hold
listen,
on.
listen.
Now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and
The
teachers,
prophets of God were called what?
as Barnabas and Simeon,
These men are prophets, and they called them what?
that was called nigger.
What they call them in the Bible?
That was called nigger.
Nigger.
Why they call the prophets of God niggers in the Bible?
In the King James version.
In the King James version. Show it to them.
For real.
That was called. So now that we got your attention, listen to this. Who are these people actually? Go to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. How did they get to that position of where they was called nigger? Give me Deuteronomy 11 and 26. 11 and 26 first.
I thought that was like a land or something.
Nah, brother. That's a people. The word nigger means black.
Yeah.
Right,
all it
listen to
means.
this.
Deuteronomy chapter 11 and verse 26.
I'm about to show you a mystery, brother, that is worth more than $7 trillion that nobody's gonna give to you.
Right.
But guess what? We gonna give it to you.
That's
We're
right.
Take it in our hand. We're gonna put it in your pocket for free.
Free.
of charge. Listen to this.
Behold, I set before you this day a blessing and a curse.
This is Moses speaking, who's an Israelite, to his nation. He's speaking to the Israelites. Read.
A blessing if ye obey the commandments of the Lord your God, which I command you this day.
He told his race that they will receive blessings if they keep God's commandments. Read.
And a curse if you will not obey the commandments
And
of the
if
Lord.
the chosen people don't do that, God says something will happen to them. Now, go to Deuteronomy 28:68.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68.
Hey, brother. and
Read up.
sister, Y'all got a second to hear a Bible verse? Came back to the spirit and power of the Lord. How y'all doing, family? All praise. We want to show y'all something real quick. You may or may not know about this. I just asked him the same question. I want to know if you have the answer. What did God call our race in the Bible? You said the who? Israelites. You ever heard of that? Y'all in one accord? Say that again. You go to Harvard?
Nah.
Okay. Now the Israelites. Who are the Israelites to God? Give me the book. Give me Chronicles 16 to 13. What are the Israelites to God? What is the significance of an Israelite?
Book of Chronicles 16.
First Chronicles.
I thought you said. Okay, First
Y'all
Chronicles.
reading Chronicles?
16,
So that's the spirit of the Lord.
16, 13. First Chronicles.
Con.
Okay. Book of First Chronicles, chapter 16, verse 13. O ye seed of Israel,
O ye seed of Israel,
his servant,
his servants, God's servant, read on.
ye children of Jacob,
Children of Jacob, which is Israel, is his what?
his chosen ones.
His what ones?
His chosen ones.
The significance of being an Israelite is being God's chosen. Meaning God chose a race of people and left everybody else.
What?
There's a race of people in the Bible that's documented in the Bible that's living on the earth that's chosen by God. And what else did God say about that? Give me Deuteronomy 7 and 6 to class.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6.
This is the significance of an Israelite.
For thou art an holy people.
That chosen people is holy. The word holy means set apart, put on a pedestal. There's a race of people that's put on a pedestal by God. Read.
Unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people
A special people.
unto himself
Read.
above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
God said that his chosen people are above the other people that are upon the face of the earth.
Right.
What does that mean? Let me ask you a question. What race of people are the best athletes? Okay. But black people are actually not black. Black is just a color.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? What race of people dance the best?
I'm gonna say Africans.
Okay. Now, give me Deuteronomy 28 and let's go to verse 15. Matter of fact, give me Deuteronomy 11 and 26, where we left off with the brother, to bring this home. Because God said there's a chosen people called the Israelites, and he said his chosen people are above all other people that are upon the face of the earth. That's written. So we have to find out who these people are to understand why God said this. Does that make sense so far? All right, read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 11 and verse 26.
Yeah.
Behold, I set before you this day a blessing and a curse.
Read on.
A blessing if ye obey the commandments of the Lord your God.
Y'all know who's speaking in the book of Deuteronomy? It's the prophet Moses. I know about Moses, right? So Moses just freed the Israelites out of Egypt, out of slavery. And this is what he told them. A blessing if you keep the commandments. Read.
Which I command you this day, and a curse if you will not obey the commandments of the Lord your God.
So he said if you don't keep the commandments, curses are going to be inflicted upon you and your nation and your race.
Yeah.
Let me Deuteronomy 28, verse 68. In order to find out who this people is, we have to read the prophecies that God said will happen to them for being disobedient. When we read this, you let me know who this is talking about and who fits this prophecy. Now with me so far?
Yes.
All right, read that.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So where again?
Into Egypt
Who
again.
was in Egypt the first time? The Israelites. And he said that they're going to go to Egypt again. What were they doing in Egypt when Moses said, Pharaoh, let my people go? They were slaves. So are they going to actually go back to the landmass of Egypt? Or are they going to go back to slaves? What does Egypt mean in the Bible? Exodus 22.
The book of Exodus chapter 20 and verse 2.
Listen to this.
I am the Lord thy God,
Read.
which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
What is Egypt?
Out of the house of bondage.
Another word for Egypt is the house of bondage. So when God says, I'm going to bring you back to Egypt again for being disobedient, what does that mean? I'm going to bring you back to the house of bondage. Right? Now, what's another word for bondage? Or the house of bondage? It starts with an S.
I don't know.
Slaves.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I had that in mind.
Right? Like, does that make sense? A
Yeah.
slave?
Yeah.
When God says if you break the commandments, I'm going to bring you to Egypt again, you're going to be a slave again.
Yeah.
Did we go to slavery? So far, could this be talking about us? Now, how did we get to America, transportation-wise?
The Europeans.
That's
captured
right.
us.
On what?
Ships.
On a ship. Is that in the Bible?
No.
Okay. Now, what's the name of the people that we're reading about?
The slaves. Or the Israelites.
The Israelites.
Right.
All right, read that again from the top.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68.
Read.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
This is what God said he's going to do to the Israelites for being disobedient. They're going to go to Egypt again or slavery again. Read.
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
That's in the Bible. What is the significance of that verse? The significance of that verse is that actually happening
Yeah.
and you not knowing that that's talking about you.
That's right.
That the Israelites, God's chosen people, will go to slavery on slave ships. Transatlantic slave trade happening. And then the children of those people being discontinued from the knowledge of who they are.
Yeah.
Just like the elder is pointing right here. Y'all know what that is in the middle of the street?
In the circle there.
Oh yeah, that's where they used to auction off slaves. She just told me that.
See that?
That's why they doing that reconstruction up there. Hey, my head, you know when they had the artillery and shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now,
I know. I don't say too much, but
I guess make the history look a little better than it
yeah.
now what is the significance of that?
Thank
That
y'all for the information.
all praise. You would be God's chosen
God bless
people, brother.
y'all.
Israelites.
You got to keep the commandments in faith.
That's right,
All right.
Now, can't you go up and touch that? You can go touch it, explore it. Where did God say that that was going to happen at? It's in the Bible. It's in the Bible that that right there will happen.
Right.
Not to just any old person or any old group of people, but to God's chosen people. And the only way we get to change the dynamic of our nationality, our people, the condition that we're in, is by knowing who we are.
Facts.
The product of you not knowing that you're an Israelite is the product of everything that you see on a daily basis. You get on Instagram,
Yeah.
you see our people doing what? Twerking, partying, dancing,
Right.
killing
I'm-
each other.
So do y'all know about the Moors?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
What does the word more mean?
Yeah.
More just means dark.
That's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
That's all I mean.
So I remember I did my little research on the Israelites, like from what I did and everything. Now, it's definitely I want to say whitewash, and this is actually I feel like y'all should definitely like put this on YouTube for real. This is a lot of good information.
Well, brother,
It's
guess
on-
what?
it's on
brother?
YouTube.
You about to go on YouTube, brother. You made it to the channel. Right? You made it to the channel. The Lord sent you up here and you made it on YouTube.
'Cause I remember like this. I was just like doing some research. Well, I ain't gonna say doing not too much, but like with the Israelites, it definitely was black people. Then like the new Israelites or people from Israel now are not. I don't want to say too much. I ain't trying to.
Yeah, we understand.
Yeah,
Guess what?
yeah.
That's what I'm like. I
Yeah,
say it
yeah.
for you, brother. Those people are the devil.
Right?
Straight
Damn.
up. Well, the Bible says it, brother.
Right.
Revelation chapter 2 and verse 9. Give me Revelation 2 and 9.
That's right. We want to say what the Bible
Revelation
says.
That's
chapter
fine.
2.
And we understand if you got a corporate job, you want a clean face.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine. But guess what? I don't give a damn. I don't
Right.
care. Right? Read that.
The book of Revelation, chapter 2 and verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich.
I know the works of the Israelites and the poverty that you go through, but you're rich in spirit. That's why Deuteronomy 7 and 6 said you are a chosen people above the other races. Nobody can do what we can do. How can we have the ability to create a car while we're in slavery? How can we have the ability to create a stoplight or a microwave or a refrigerator,
First
a cell phone? We created all of those things
Yeah,
with little resources because we're the chosen people.
Right.
Thou art rich. Read on.
And I know the blasphemy
A blasphemy is a complete, utter lie. I know the blasphemy,
of them
Yeah.
which say they are Jews and are not,
but of what?
but are the synagogue of Satan.
That's written. They lying. They stole who you are and portraying to be you, and they taught you to just be a Negro. Go sell drugs to your people. Go kidnap, rape, rob, and murder your people. I'm gonna impoverish you, take away your jobs, and drop off crates of guns in your neighborhood.
Systematic racism.
That's right.
That's right.
Not only that, if you try to level up in the society, you got to go to my college.
Right.
You have to get my curriculum.
Yeah.
You have to bow down to anything that I teach you and that I tell you.
But even then, you know, man, if you a Negro that do make money, they still gonna look at you.
Well, guess what? You're making their money.
Right.
Their face is on that dollar bill.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Economics is not going to save so-called black people. We're going to save ourselves by overthrowing this government by keeping God's commandments.
That's right.
Yeah.
No sinning.
That's the key.
Right? Keeping up God's commandments and believing on who the world calls Jesus Christ. That's what's going to overthrow this government.
That's right.
The trees are going to overthrow the government. The earth is going to overthrow the government. And we're going to rise up in that day once we know who we are. It's that simple. Right? Not by weapons of war.
Yeah.
Right? But this is a spiritual battle.
That's right.
But not only that too, most African Americans don't really know this type of information.
Because-
Yeah, sometimes a lot of us don't even know our own roots.
That's right.
True to your point, because he's going to kill 2/3 of his own people. That's why most of them don't know.
Right.
So you gotta. So right now, it comes to you coming to the truth and doing what he says to do.
Right.
Keep his commandments and his faith. If you don't, you're not gonna make it. You'll be 2/3.
That's very true. The importance of what he just said was, you said African Americans don't know. That's because a lot of them choose to be African American.
That's right.
You can't be two continents. Neither can you be two Europeans, because that's what those two names mean.
Right.
Yeah.
I can't hold on to an ideology that I'm an African American when I know if I read the scriptures, it tells me who I am. I'm an Israelite. God's chosen me.
Yeah.
So I have to actually be that. I have to want to follow God.
Yeah.
I can't just say, oh, I'm a Christian, go to church on Sunday and, give me a coffee and listen to my pastor. No.
Yeah.
Actually read the Bible and do what the Bible says.
Right.
Right?
That's the key
So,
thing.
the Lord said we would go to slavery on ships. Go back to where we left off. With ships. Or read again from the top.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68.
Right?
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again
Read on.
with ships.
There's only one nation of people that can say they fit that prophecy.
That's right.
What other race of people went to bondage or slavery by a ship? By another race of people? Nobody else can say that. And God got it that way. Because he wants you to know who you are. When you
Right.
read that verse,
Yeah.
that's supposed to be like, whoa, that's in the Bible?
Yeah.
Slavery on slave ships? Flip the house upside down. Why nobody told me that? Why the pastor didn't tell me that? Why T.D. Jakes never told us that? Why the president didn't tell us that? Why my teacher never told me that I'm an Israelite and that that's in the Bible?
So like it.
That's
That's
a lot
why.
of this stuff, man. You try to teach it in school, man. Like I said, a lot of stuff is like whitewash. So when you do try to, I went to a pro-black school, so a lot of this stuff I like kind of already learned and everything. But I never learned on, in the Bible and all that. But it's a lot of stuff, man, that these folks have taken, they stripped from us. It's sad. It's really sad, to be honest.
Yes, sir. Because you're a chosen people. And we're not supposed to be at the bottom of society.
Yeah.
You're supposed to own cities the
That's
size
right.
of Fayetteville.
That's
This supposed to be
right.
named after you. Think about that. We talking about where we coming into an age where they say, oh, black-owned business. There's no such thing as a black-owned business. That's not real. You have to get permission for an LLC from a person that's ruling over you. There's no such thing as home ownership. They can take your home.
That's right.
That's not real.
Yeah. It's not.
Now, when you find out who you are, God is going to give you that power to own cities the size of Fayetteville to be named after you. And then your son is next up in rulership, your children, things of that nature. So that's why the Lord said you'll be sold with ships. This is where this happened at. Read.
By the way, whereof I spake unto thee,
Read on.
thou shalt see it no more again.
Read on. And there,
And there
when you get off the slave ships, what did God say will happen?
ye shall be sold.
You shall be what?
Ye shall be sold.
Didn't that happen? Prophecy fulfilled, right? Who are we sold to?
Unto your enemies.
That's in the Bible. That's plain.
Yeah.
That's plain. Sold unto your enemy. Because your friend wouldn't hang you on trees. He wouldn't lynch you, feed you to alligators. He wouldn't lie to you for all these years. And then just shake your hand and say, it is what it is.
Yeah.
If you find out, you find out. If they find out the Israelites, it is what it is. But I'm not going to tell them.
Yeah.
That's madness.
I sort of jumped the gun a little bit, but he said, ye shall be sold. So who were we sold to? Just to let you know.
European.
No, just to let you know, it said they are our enemies. You see what I'm saying?
That's right. So, that's just one verse proving that we're the Israelites. There's a million other verses we can go to. Now, the $1 million question is this. Why did that happen to us? And how can we change the trajectory of where we are to get out of this situation?
I feel like a lot of us black folks need to have this type of conversation. And I'm just saying, black folks, just in general, like, we need to, most people are ignorant of their own history. So we need to have that conversation. They're like looking towards shoes and clothes, entertainers and all that. We need to look more into our own history. Crazy, like I said, we was brought up here. Well, our ancestors, and a lot of us don't even know our own, like, we don't know we Nigerian, we came from Ghana, our ancestors and all that. A lot of us just like ignorant, and it's sad. But I think we need to start talking to the youth and like trying to instill that type of what's the word?
Yeah, brother, because we tried everything. Think about our nation. Think about our race. What happened in the 60s? A lot happened in the 60s. Then we have a lot of militant movements take place.
Yeah.
Martin Luther King tried to save us. Even Malcolm X. We tried Nation of Islam. We tried being a 5%er. We've tried being a modern day Christian. You said what?
That was our downfall, man. Because during the 60s, I don't know. I'm pretty sure y'all might know. The CIA came and they came out in the black communities, took us away. Mostly took the male figure away and everything, and it's really sad. And they killed a lot of our. We did have black sheep, a lot of these segregation. Not segregation, but in the Black Panther movements, we had like an insider. But yeah, it's crazy, man. That's why it created a whole ripple effect. And I feel like we definitely kind of straight on the path because a lot of our family that was born in the 80s, they called it the crack era, really messed up a whole generation after that. But
That's right, brother. And listen to this verse. This is the answer as to why those things took place.
Book of Judith, chapter 5, and verse 17. And whilst they sin not before their God.
This account is talking about our people. And when they did not sin before their God, because I'm going to tell you something that it may sound controversial. The God of the heavens and the earth, the creator, is only the God of black people, Hispanic and Native American.
That's great.
Nowhere in the Bible will you read where God is the God of humanity. That's not in the Bible. We'll literally charge anyone $10,000, whatever, anything to prove to us in the Bible that God is the God of all humanity.
oh, but it does say, God is loving, towards everybody.
Where is that in the Bible? That's what we do. We go off what we've been taught. What we're going to do up here and what you should do and what all of the youth should do is say, show me that in the Bible.
Right.
If somebody come up and tell you that you're supposed to be doing something as a man, you got to say, okay, well, where's the moral compass at in the Bible?
Yeah.
Where did the Lord charge me to do that? That's what's going to save our nation.
Right.
Nothing else. We tried everything else. Like I said, I got into the certain things that we tried. We tried it. We tried loving everybody. We tried kumbaya, holding hands. We marched up and down the streets and said, no justice, no peace. Guess what? It was peace the next day. We didn't fight for God. We didn't do it. That's what the Lord said. When they sin not before their God, sin is transgression of the law. Meaning, if God said, no adultery, don't commit adultery, guess what Negroes will do? They'll make a song about Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Right.
Mr. Steal Your Girl. Y'all know what song I'm talking about. That's sin. So we glorify and promote sin. God hates that. Who's amplifying it? Our enemy that we were sold to. He put sin in our face. And Negroes say, that's some good sin right there. Let me make it popular. That's what happens to us. So God said, read that one more time.
And whilst they sin not before their God,
When the Israelites don't sin before God, read,
they prosper.
we prosper. We become a righteous people. We start ruling stuff. This is how you begin to see different parts in history where you got men like Mansa Musa, right? Who's an Israelite man, right? That ruled and reigned. One of the richest men that ever walked the earth. Men like King James was a so-called black man, a Negro, an Israelite, who had the ability and the foresight to translate the scriptures to an English language that we may know it and read it now. Right? When we sin not before our God, we prosper. You know what?
Because the God that hateth iniquity,
God hates iniquity. God hates sin. Right? Why do you think all the death is taking place in the earth? Who's doing that? God is doing it.
That's right.
Give me that in Isaiah chapter 45. A lot of people don't think that God is killing people. They say, well, God is all love. God would never kill nobody. Where is that at? All right, give me Isaiah chapter 45, and verse 6.
45 verse 6.
Yes, sir.
Sorry about that.
We was on a little date, you know.
Okay, I was on a date.
Yeah.
Okay, but the point of the matter
What's your name,
is,
man?
Brother Endure.
Do you have like a?
We got a YouTube channel.
YouTube channel?
Yeah, if you got your phone, you can put it in.
Book of Isaiah chapter 45 verse 6.
Gotta-
That's what you want?
What is it?
Huh?
Right here, fisherman for Zion. Just bring it up.
That they may know from the rising of the sun and from the west, and that there is none beside me. I am the Lord, and there is none else.
So, brother, the point of the matter is, y'all will be God's chosen people, the Israelites.
Right.
Don't forget that name, brother. We're not black, we're not African.
Oh yeah,
American.
man.
You got to keep the commandments
We're
and the
not
faith.
Moors, none of that.
You got to keep the commandments and the
God's
faith.
chosen people, Israelites. Right?
Thank y'all.
All praises, all praises, brother.
How y'all doing
How
tonight?
you feeling, brother?
I'm good. I'm just being inquisitive.
All praises, all praises. Now, would you agree with the biblical text? What's your philosophy on the Bible?
Well, I know it's been rewritten. I know that. It says, turn the other cheek and all that good stuff. I have a little faith in it. I do believe that we are a chosen people. That I do know. And I know that we were sold to our enemies. Why should we praise our enemies when they don't believe in us? I'm not a Christian. Don't proclaim to be. Took some classes, theological classes. I've got multiple sclerosis, so I can't retain a lot of knowledge. But I feel that, the injustice is upon us, that I do know. I was told about some books, some lost books, or some books that's not in the Bible. And I was asking a minister, he's not a minister, he's a minister, he's got quite a few degrees in religion. And he told me, don't worry about that. And my thing is, if he is knowledgeable of the Bible, and he can't provide me with some information about the Bible per se, then I can't hold faith in it.
Right.
I can't hold faith.
Now let me read you a verse from those missing books. 2 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 6. want to turn into it? Second Esdras? You can turn it. You're going to read Second Esdras chapter 6 and verse 6. Bring it out.
The book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 6 and verse 6. Then did I consider these things, and they all were made through me alone, and through none other. By me also they shall be ended, and by none other. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth?
What he's asking is, when is it going to be our chance of rulership? When are we going to get justice on the earth from the pillaging that's happened to us? You know?
And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau.
Read.
For Esau is the end of the world.
Esau is the man that always put us in critical conditions. He lied on us. He tried to kill us from birth. And he tries to kill us from this very day. Esau is the name of white people. So-called white people. Esau is the end of the world, you know?
And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
And when Esau falls, so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Americans is Jacob, the Israelites. We're going to take their rulership and take over the world and rule it and reign it forever and ever.
That's right.
That's why they took this out of your regular Bible, right? Because it tells you what's going to happen, what's the end of the world.
That's right.
Not only that, it clears up the matter of what people call the New Testament. When you close the book of Malachi and you go to Matthew, you're missing about 400 years of history. And these books, which are called the so-called Apocrypha, which Apocrypha means hidden books, has the history of that missing timeline.
That's right.
That's why the world don't understand God. They don't know who Jesus Christ is, whose real name is Yahweh Shah.
That's right.
They don't know who the chosen people are. They don't acknowledge it. And they promote sin and wickedness on the earth because they have a lack of knowledge.
Okay.
Now, you see that?
Okay.
Allow me just to back him up and just to prove one more thing.
Sure.
In other words, see, this is the original. Okay? And what you just have.
Mm-hmm.
See, this is the Apocrypha right here. See? It was taken out of the Bible. Just to support the statement that you put on the table.
Right.
But
Okay.
now they put it back in. That right there is a representation of the fact of them putting it back in.
That's right. And I want to speak on a point that you made in regards to you don't consider yourself a Christian. I understand why you say that.
That's right.
Because they have minuscule and penalized and diluted what it means to be a Christian. They have demasculated that term. A Christian, by definition, is just a follower of the anointed one.
That's all.
Meaning you do what that mighty prophet, that king, that prince, that God said do on the earth. That's what it means to be a Christian.
Right.
Not to go to some Sunday church and listen to a pastor such as T.D. James.
Okay.
That's not what it means. Now, the first Christians, the first followers of that man was what race of people? You mean Acts chapter 11, verse 25. Let's find out in the Bible.
Book of Acts chapter 11 and verse 25. Then departed Barnabas to Tarsus for to seek Saul.
Then departed Barnabas to Tarsus for to seek Saul. You know?
And when he had found him, he brought him unto Antioch.
So he was looking for this man. You're going to find out this is a brother, a black man. He brought him to this particular city called what? Antioch. You know?
And it came to pass that a whole year they assembled themselves with the church.
So a whole year they're assembling themselves with the church, a race of people. You know?
And taught much people.
So they're building the people up with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding for the whole year. A whole year. You know?
And the disciples.
And the whole.
And the disciples.
A disciple is a man that go forth to build people up in knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. He go out to cities, the highways, and the byways, and teach wisdom. And the disciples were what?
Were called Christians first in Antioch.
So who were called Christians first? The disciples,
Right?
right? It said the disciples were called Christians first. In what city? Antioch.
That's right.
Now, what race was the disciples? Go 2 chapters later, 13.
Acts chapter 13 and verse 1. Now there were in the church that was at Antioch
That same church that was in Antioch. Read on.
certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon,
These are the prophets that was building up that church for a whole year. Read.
that was called nigger.
That's in the Bible.
Right.
That's in the Bible. The first Christians were Negroes. Who were Negroes? Israelites from the tribe of Judah.
That's right.
That's why this world tried to mass murder the tribe of Judah.
Exactly.
Through Margaret Sanger, Planned Parenthood, crack cocaine, right? Destroying the jobs, syphilis. They did all manner of strategic governmental tactics to destroy God's people every decade. But guess what? God's people is going to get the last laugh
That's right. Indeed.
because they couldn't kill us with that. So the first Christians are so-called black people, which is why they gave you Christianity in America. Christianity is just a theology written by white people
Right.
saying that God loves everybody. Just believe in Jesus and have faith. That's nowhere in the Bible. The Bible is a black book written for black Latino people. That they get the promise. That they just need to believe.
Right.
And that they need to love themselves. That's what the whole Bible is about.
And love their brothers. And to his point, see, the Bible is a history book.
Right.
God's chosen people's history book. You understand what I'm saying?
I got you.
So I can understand why you made the statement about I'm not a Christian. I can understand it because you've been lied to. And if you don't mind, allow me to share with to you who actually did the lying to you. You already said Jeremiah, what is it? Jeremiah 23, starting at verse 1. Okay? And it reads, woe be unto the pastors.
Right, so woe means destruction.
Right.
Destruction be to the pastors. We know that do what?
See what I'm saying? That destroy and scatter my sheep.
You destroy someone by lying to them, by miseducating them, by withholding information from them. If you go to theology school, you're going to theology school to get lied to. Theology doesn't teach the Bible. That's why it's called theology,
That's right.
right? It's a person's opinion. That's why different denominations have a certain opinion. The Pentecostal church teaches differently than the Baptist church. They have a different spirit. The Baptists teach different than Episcopalian.
Exactly.
Episcopalian is different than the Seventh-day Adventists. They're all different.
That's the form of scattering. So now, when I read that, as it said, it has scattered the sheep, right?
Okay.
So who is the sheep? That's a question. Who is the sheep?
We, people.
Okay, let me support you on that. And that would be Jeremiah, chapter 50, verse 17. Israel.
Who?
Israel.
All people.
Israel is a scattered sheep.
And what's more?
That's what it said.
What more people is more scattered and lost than us? It is written in the text that the Son of Man has come to save that which is lost.
Right.
Lord have mercy.
And nobody is more lost than our people.
Better believe it.
Nobody's more lost than our people. So now that you live in the last days, the Lord has poured out his spirit on his people to be able to articulate the scrolls that is written by our forefathers. And we can stand up boldly and proudly and tell the enemy to his face, these words aren't for you. And tell our people that we're the Israelites.
That's why we out here.
And that's right. And Christ belongs to us. They said a child is born to us. They didn't say that child was born to all people.
Wow, that's heavy. You better believe it is, bro. Hey, I feel the same. I feel the same way that you just told me.
It literally said that. They said a child is born to us. How they get? Where they get all people from?
Right.
That's right. That's right. So the point of the whole matter is that we will go through all this trial and tribulation, but at the end of the day, the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and yet choose Israel.
Again.
But we're still under the curses of God, though. God got us jammed up.
That's right.
Right? So go back, give me Deuteronomy. Let's emphatically put the nail on the hammer, right? And solidify to this brother that we're the Israelites without a shadow of a doubt.
Oh yeah, I hear you.
You can't walk away questioning if you are a child of God or not,
Right.
or if you are an Israelite. We gotta emphatically prove that right now through the Spirit and power of the Most High. Right? Deuteronomy chapter 11 and verse 26.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 11 and verse 26.
This is what was prophesied by our forefathers.
Behold, I set before you this day a blessing and a curse. A blessing, if ye obey the commandments of the Lord your God, which I command you this day.
If the Israelites obey the commandments, they'll receive the blessings from God. They'll be set on high. You know?
And a curse.
And a what?
And a curse, if you will not obey the commandments of the Lord your God.
If the Israelites don't keep the commandments, they'll be cursed. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 54.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you,
For breaking the commandments, we used to have tender and delicacy within our race of people, right?
Okay.
Like, just, let's think about Black Wall Street. We had camaraderie with our brethren to want to have a successful dynamic of our community. The Lord said, if you break the commandments, that tender and delicacy is going to go away. Read that one more time.
so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother.
You're now going to have an evil eye toward your race of people. There's no race on the earth that hate themselves more than our people. They call it that crab in the barrel spirit.
Right.
His eye shall be evil toward his brother, you know?
And toward the wife of his
Have
bosom.
an evil eye toward his wife. In the 1930s and 40s, we were some of the most married people on the earth.
Right.
Now we last in line. We're not getting married anymore. Right? And toward the wife of his bosom, you know?
And toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave.
He's gonna stay.
Which he shall leave.
The woman and the husband is gonna love each other.
Which he shall leave.
Who's known for single parent households?
Wait a minute.
You said what?
What was the question again?
Who's known for single parents households? As what race of people is known for that? You see that? So God is laying out strategic curses is gonna happen to his people. And it's gonna be so potent that you're gonna say, well, can't be talking about them. That's talking about this people, this lost people. So we're nailing the nail on the hammer, figuring this thing out who the Israelites are. Go to verse 68.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
We read it earlier that Egypt is talking about captivity, slavery. God's going to bring his people to Egypt again, slavery again. How did we get to America, brother?
Right man.
What part of transportation though?
Ship.
With a
Boat.
ship, with a boat. You ever heard that being in the Bible?
Nah.
Read that one more time.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again
Read.
with ships.
With what?
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
That's in the Bible.
Right. So what would you say?
I said, wow.
I know.
God said he will bring you to slavery on ships in the Bible if you break his commandments. And out of your plus 40 years of living, you've never heard that in the Bible.
Especially the church.
Exactly.
By us not knowing that, that's our downfall.
Right.
Thank you for that compliment.
Yes, sir, plus 40. Yeah, you look good, brother. You look good. Look good, brother.
Yeah.
Right? With ships, read on.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
Yeah, God said that if you break the commandments, I'm going to make you go through the middle passage on a ship. Right? That's going to be a year's travel. You're going to be starving and hungry. And your enemy is going to have you on that ship. And you're going to defecate on one another. You're going to be praying and singing songs. Swing low, sweet chariot. Come forth to carry us home. Read on.
Thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold.
There you shall be sold when you get off the ship. And like my brother always like to ask, who are we sold to?
Say what?
Okay.
That's right.
No, I'm just saying, say what?
And they shall be sold to who?
Unto your enemies.
If they was your enemy then, they your enemy now.
Still so.
That's right.
Nothing changed.
Yeah, nothing changed because we still on the same landmass where they lynched us. Read.
For bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
And no man shall buy you. You're still going to have the last name as your slave owner.
Right.
You see that? So we're proving to you who we are in the Bible, predicated upon what God said to do and not do. He told us to keep the commandments. So that's the reason that we're still in this condition. Because our people rebel against God and
Right.
his commandments. Because we were tricked and lied to do so. We're lied to go to theology school. In theology school, they teach you that the laws are done away with. That all you got to do is just have faith. Because we're living under grace.